Avast there, my landlubbers. How you be? You ready for some old pirating school? I do believe we're up to lesson number 6. Eat that, Captain Hook. That right, we're ready to go with another lesson in pirating school. All right, where's your port? Remember? This side, your left side's a port. Your starboard, this side, very good. Bow of the ship. Aft. You got all that sort of stuff, right? Give me an R. Give me another R. R. Now put them all together and I smell R. Good job. Now stand aloft like a pirate. Good on. You should know this by now. There we go. That's it, because we're rocking with the sea. Our legs are apart. We're stable like on the shaking deck. Excellent. Right now. In these times of isolation, I've been noticing a lot of these folk on the Facebook and stuff like that have been doing cooking classes. And I thought, well, maybe we should cover what we ate at sea and talk about a few dishes. I won't be preparing anything this time. We could go into a kitchen somewhere, but we don't really have galleys there. A lot of cooking, we didn't do cooking underneath really, right? If we're going to cook, we do it on the deck, right? Because well, you don't want fires down below. Not a lot of room, and you don't want the fires, not a lot of space for all the crew and all the stuff we get stuck down there. You'd actually cook on top of the deck, right? We didn't really have cooks. One other person that'd be one of their duties and all that kind of stuff, because cook was a bit of a luxury, and well, you know, food was a bit of a luxury as well, really, right? Because we wouldn't have that much food around, you know. We'd have just the basics, because back in the days, right, we were in a sailing ship, there's no fridge, right? No electricity, no fridge, no canned goods, right? Nothing on cans. So things only last as long as they lasted, right? So you start off with some fresh stuff, and you'd eat the fresh stuff, cheese and veggies and fresh meats and stuff like that, and fish. But when that ran out, right, you'd eat that until it ran out. You wouldn't have that much because it'd go all moldy and the insects and rats would get at it, right? So you'd have that for the first bit of the journey. But if you're on a long sea journey, well, what else would you have? Well, we used to have, like, remember the crow and the crow's nest, right? We used to have animals on there as well. We had the dog, I talked about the dog with a training dog, right? We also had cows for milk, right? And chickens for eggs, right? So we'd have those chickens and eggs for a while and have the milk, and that would help supplement our diet when we first got out for a while. But eventually, they'd eat all their food, right? The cows and the chickens would eat all the chicken and cow food, right? So then, what do? Well, we'd eat the cow and the chicken, right? So then we'd have fresh food with that bit then. And then you'd be down to the basics, right? Now, basic meals, because it's the 3 main things, right? 3 main things, all right? So we'd have beef that was salted or dried, so it was tough little black stuff, right? It got so hard that some guys out in sea would actually carve some up to make a belt buckle, right? They could make a belt buckle out of it if they needed some instant repairs. That's how hard it was, right? And the other stuff we had, they got eventually called hardtack, but it was sea biscuits, right? We had sea biscuits, right? And they like bread, like flour and water, made out of flour and water, and sometimes a bit of lard, right? And it'd be cooked a couple of times, right? Cooked a lot, really. A couple of times they'd cook it, right, to take all the moisture out, so it'd be rock hard. And it'd last up to a year, right? It'd be solid to eat for up to a year. A whole year we'd have that, right? Amazing, right? Or you could knock something off it, you put a nail in with it. Sometimes it was so hard, right? Take out your teeth if you hadn't been looking after your teeth. Don't make sure you brush your teeth, kids, right? Otherwise the hardtack will take your teeth out, right? Right, and sometimes, you know, you'd get weevils in it, eventually get weevils in it, which, you know, not that good when we get some weevils, although my dear old dad, right, he actually ate chocolate once with weevils in it, and he said it was the best thing he ever tasted. Me, I always made sure I tap my hardtack before I eat it, right? The old ship biscuits, give it a tap on the side of the boat before you actually eat it, right? And then you'd mix it with the other staple, which would be beer or grog, right? We have to drink, because, you know, you think water, you know, bottles of water, but water goes off as well on the ship, right? In the barrels, it gets all slimy and stuff, and it's hard to keep. Where beer naturally keeps its taste and flavour and lasts a bit longer. It gets preservatives in it and all that sort of stuff, right? So beer or grog. Now, difference between beer and grog is, well, beer is beer. You've had beer. Well, you probably haven't had beer, but your folks might have beer around the house, so you might have seen people drinking beer, right? You've seen it on telly at least, anyway, right? And grog, well, that was actually rum mixed with a bit of beer, right? It was a blend that sailors used to do, take the edge off. And they'd have that warm or sometimes cold and all that kind of stuff. But that was something they used to drink more than grog. You'd mix that with your biscuit to make it a bit soft and all that kind of stuff like that, so you'd eat, so it wouldn't take your teeth out, right? Now, you may have noticed in that diet, especially being on there for months and months, you don't get a lot of fruit and veggies. And some of you might go, yay, ha, no fruit or veggies, give me an R, ha, no fruit, ha, give me another R for no veggies, ha, no veggies, ha, great stuff, ain't it? But it could be after a while, and this will be warning to you, you end up being a scurvy dog. That's right, you get the scurvy, right? That's where the expression scurvy dog comes from. Because many sailors end up being scurvy dogs because they didn't get enough vitamin C. Vitamin C, very important apparently. Ha, who'd have thought? Eh? Who'd have thought them veggies were good for something? Well, fruit, vitamin C, that's what you need. Otherwise you become a scurvy dog. And what does that mean? Well, you start getting, slack like a teenager. You get fatigued, Then you get spots on your skin, a bit more like a teenager. I'm just thinking about this. Then you get bleeding gums, which makes it a bit worse then, right? Enough to get the bleeding gums. You just get weaker and weaker and weaker until your teeth fall out. And it goes downhill from there, right? I mean, more pirates died from the scurvy than did from disease, shipwreck, or fighting. All added together, all right? That's how bad the scurvy was, right? It was really bad. So make sure you eat your greens, kids. Make sure you eat your greens and your oranges and all that sort of stuff. And all those other colours of food other than meat, because you'll get the scurvy, which is not good, not good. Captain Cook, that's Cook, not that Hook bloke again. Captain Cook, right, you heard of him, right? Sailed around these parts down the south where you are at the moment, right? All right, he was famous for keeping his crew alive, right? He was looking after the boys by a beer. He made a beer out of molasses and malt, and it had vitamin C in it. Amazing. And he kept them all alive. Actually, he had troubles with overcrowding because they used to overcrew ships, right, when they're coming from England, right? They'd overcrew them because they'd figured a few would drop off over the way, with scurvy and all sorts of things. But his big problem was he kept them on, so he had trouble keeping them all fed because he had too many crew. Go figure, you can't win at sea, can you? But, me normally going up the tropics, right? The Caribbean, where we're doing all that pirating up there, mostly up there in the islands and all that kind of stuff. We were a bit better off, so we could jump in and grab all sorts of foods at the time. We had things like flamingo, right? Which is a lean black meat, right? But it tastes real nice. And, armadillo, right? Which tastes a bit like land turtle, right? What else do we have? Guavas, they bake up nice like a pear, right? And locusts, locusts, they're nice. They're moist and they crunch in your teeth. Sprout a bit. Oh, they were fun to eat, those locusts. We had sea lions and ostriches and ostrich eggs, right? And what else? Galapagos turtles, right? And they taste like chicken. You'll be surprised how many things taste like chicken. So we can make all sorts of things like that. I used to make a chutney, right? Get some mangoes, right? Cut them into bits, right? And you pickle them in salt and vinegar, right? Then you add some garlic, right? Put it away for a while and make a lovely sauce. Much respected sauce on my boat, the old chutney, right? So, these were the things you could do to make a bit of it there. But I'm going to teach you a recipe now that's been in my family since 1712. Right? This is, again, a recipe when you can actually get some food you can put in the recipe, right? And it's called, right, old family recipe. See, salmagundi. Can you read that there? Salmagundi, right? That's what it says. That's what the recipe, right? It's sort of a hodgepodgey salady kind of thing, So what you do, right, okay, is you chop up some chunks of turtle meat, right? Chicken and pork and beef, a bit of pigeon and some fish, right? And you marinate that all that, you marinate it in wine and then you roast it, right? So you soak it, marinate just means soak, right? So you just leave it soaking in wine for a while, and then you shove it in the oven to bake, or wrap it up and shove it in the coals, right? If you've got a fire there, like that kind of stuff, all right? And then that whole mix, right, you put together with boiled and chopped cabbage, anchovies, pickled herring, mango, hard-boiled eggs, palm hearts, onions, and some olives and some grapes, right? Then you'd add some pickled chopped vegetables and garlic, some chili pepper, and then some mustard, some salt and pepper, and then you'd serve in a huge mound. And it looked something like that, all right? Of course, that's quite decorative. They've plated that up. That expression, they all do that now, those chefs. They plate things up, right? And that's the kind of thing it was. So we basically a big hodgepodge of everything together, and you get in there, you probably eat it with your hands and stuff like that, right? So That's that recipe. Something you can actually do at home right now, probably. If you got oats in the cupboard, like porridge, right? Because porridge was another staple. Wouldn't last a year, right? Because you get the weevils and it was prone to the insects and the rats and stuff getting at it and all that stuff. But it lasted a very time. So it was another good staple you'd have in the ship. It was like the mid one. You'd have a lot of porridge, you'd be like, but we call it burgoo, right? Burgoo, right? B-U-R-G-O, that kind of stuff, burgoo, right? And basically you got the porridge, so you got your oats cooked in the water, right? You boil them up there, a bit of salt in them, that kind of stuff. And then you'd add molasses, all right? You had some molasses. And then if you were the captain or on a special day, you might add some nutmeg, right? That tastes sweet. So you can do that at home. You can get some porridge out, get your wooden spoon, right? And a wooden bowl you might have for fruit, and sit there, eat your porridge like that. And you'll be a pirate. You just go, arr, arr, I'm being a pirate. And you'll go, eat your orange, otherwise you'll get scurvy, you scurvy dog. Arr. And you go, okay, well, what do you say? All right, so that's how you do it. So that's burgoo, all right? No, they say an army travels on its stomach. Well, a ship, it travels on its hull. So I've got no idea what it all has to do with anything. I think that means it's time for shanty. That was my introduction to the shanty. Just caught straight into it, that. Good all right. So the today's shanty, right, is going to be a foxhole shanty. Remember those? The foxhole, that's where we all sleep and stuff like that. So they're the social ones. We just singing on their stories of romance and all that sort of stuff. It's a nice, easy one to learn, right? Because I say the first line, okay, and the second half of the first line gets repeated twice, and then we say the whole line again, and then finishes with all the ding dong day, all right? So I'll go, and then it just happens that patterns, you'll be able to join in after each one, right? I'll go through the first verse, so you get a bit of a hang of it, and then we'll start again, and we'll get going with it. You ready for that? All right, great. So the big ship sails on the dally-alley-ho, the dally-alley-ho, the dally-alley-ho. Big ship sails on the alley-alley-ho, oh, ding-dong day. See that? So then I go to the next verse, which is, the captain says, that'll never do, and then it goes, that'll never do. All right, so we do that. You right for that? You can follow me? Give me an aye, captain! Aye, captain! Very good. Give me an arr! Give me another arr! Put them all together and I spell arr! Good job. We're all firing on both cylinders and 6 guns and all that sort of stuff. You ready? Are you ready to sing with me this big foxhole schooner? We're doing it and we rock and we enjoy it because we're having fun. This is what we do in our off time. You work 4 hours on, 4 hours off. Your off time, you need to have a bit of fun, a bit of lightness there amongst the crew. Keep things happy. All right, so we sing these songs. We sing them for work. We sing them for pleasure. We're singers. What can I say? All right, here you go. The big ship sails on the alley-alley-o, the alley-alley-o, the alley-alley-o. The big ship sails on the alley-alley-o, all the ding-dong day. The captain says, that'll never do, that'll never do, that'll never do. The captain says, that'll never do, all the ding-dong day. The first mate is asleep at the tiller, asleep at the tiller, asleep at the tiller. The first mate is asleep at the tiller, all the ding-dong day. The weather changed and caught him unawares, caught him unawares, caught him unawares. The weather changed and caught him unawares, all the ding-dong day. The big ship sank to the bottom of the sea, the bottom of the sea, the bottom of the sea. The big ship sank to the bottom of the sea, all day long. No! That's right. He sunk to the bottom of the sea. You see, we learn things from these songs as well, right? If you're going to be organising the tiller, which is like the steering, right? The tiller is actually the name of at the back. The tiller, and you're controlling the steering, right? So if you're falling asleep at the tiller, looking after the ship, you'd be worried about the weather now because you remember this song, right? Oh, I can't fall asleep. The weather might change. We might be at the bottom of the sea. I don't want that. That's the way we learn by song. See, very tricky. That's another good use of shanties. They were really handy things, these shanties, weren't they? Eh? Right? I believe so. Right now, against my better judgment, it'd be time for the old man, the old first mate, Wilson. Right? He wanted to do another one of his jokes. Now, if you can think of any reason, and it's good to have reasons on ships, that you don't want to hear any of these more jokes from Wilson, you don't want to see him anymore, his crusty old beak, all right, please write at the bottom of Facebook there on the messages around the place and say, please, no more, all right. Now, Why, I'll go and get Wilson. Can you give me an R? R! R! Give me another R! R! Put them all together in a spell. R! R! Wilson's had a bit of trouble there. Come on, you scurvy dog. Get yourself back up here, all right? Are you there, Wilson? R! R! Come on! Here he is! R! 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 Me, mates! R! 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 Well, what has 8 legs, 8 hands, and 8 eyes? I don't know. What has 8 hands, 8 eyes, and 8 legs? 8 pirates! Ah! Get out of it! What a disgusting joke. Do you know that? Oh, why do we let him do it? Come on, you got a response on the Facebooky thing, right? Put your response on there. Stop Wilson, right? Send him back to the volleyball factory. Send Wilson home, all right? All right. Enough of this isolation cooking stuff, right? Next week we'll be doing something else. It's pirates, we just find the things, we wander into them, and there they are, just waiting over the horizon, waiting for us, some new adventure to learn, right? So, until that time, stand and laugh like a pirate. Live your life jolly, and I'll be seeing you next time. Goodbye, me pirates. Avast there. It be time to pipe down. Hooray!